Hi, everyone. My name is Georgina Sanchez, and I'm the Senior Meals Registered Dietitian at Tilth Alliance. You can see at the bottom corner, that's the organization I work with. And I wanted to talk to you a little bit about how to stay healthy now that we're getting into colder seasons and how to prevent a fall cold. So now that we're in colder seasons, you'll see that the weather changes from cold and rainy outside to sunny the next day, or like maybe in the same day. So when the weather changes that fast, our skin pores, they have to open up to release sweat because we're too hot. And then it closes down really fast because the inside of our bodies want to stay warm. So when it keeps going from hot to cold weather, that makes us really tired. And when the body has to adapt that fast, we get stressed and we get tired. So that makes us more susceptible to cold and flu. So what we need to do first during the change of season is we need to stay warm. So inside right here of our throats and into our lungs, we have mucus, and it's sticky. And when we breathe in, sometimes things get stuck there and then we can cough it back out. But when it gets too cold outside, that becomes very thick in cold temperatures, and things don't get stuck in there, so we don't cough it out, and that makes us sick and it gets our lungs sick. So one of the first things we can do is stay warm. We can wear a scarf and we can keep our neck warm. And we can also wear a vest, and that keeps our chest and our lungs warm, and also our neck at the same time. So that could help us keep everything nice and sticky so we can cough things out. So one of the next things we can do is sleep, because our bodies are so tired when we're going from hot weather to cold weather that we need to rest more than usual right now. So getting to sleep earlier before it gets really cold outside at night is one of the best ways to stay healthy. So the next thing is, like I said, inside of our throats and into our lungs, there's a mucus layer. So that needs to stay hydrated and warm. So we need to wear our scarves, but it also needs to stay wet. So when we have to keep drinking water. So we have to have at least 6 to 8 glasses of water. And unfortunately, tea and coffee do not count as water. They are liquids, but sometimes they make us dehydrated. So we have to really try to drink water in the water form. So the thing with aging, when we're seniors, we start losing our natural ability to notice when we're thirsty. So by the time we actually realize we're thirsty, we're already dehydrated. So we need to try to remember to drink 6 to 8 glasses of water a day. And remember, tea and coffee do not count for water. So I wanted to ask you, do you know any signs of being dehydrated? What are some signs that you need to drink more water? I don't know if you guys can answer, or if not, you can maybe answer later, but just start thinking about it. What are some things ways that your body tells you that you need to drink more water? And I'll give you a second, and I'll click on our picture to show you some signs. So these are some signs that you need to drink more water. So you can be very fatigued or tired, dizzy. You can be walking and all of a sudden, you're just kind of dizzy. And sometimes it's really hard to concentrate when you're not drinking enough water. You can be talking and you forget what you're saying. Sometimes your skin will be very dry. You'll have muscle cramps. Your arms can get cramped up, or your legs will get cramped up. You can have bad breath. You can ask your husband or your wife to tell you if you have any bad breath. Sometimes you'll have mood swings. You'll be happy one second, then you'll be very upset the next second, or sad the next second. And you'll also have body aches. They're similar to muscle cramps. And sometimes you'll even feel a headache. You'll feel a headache if you're not drinking enough water. So if you feel any of these symptoms, maybe try drinking a glass of water to help you stay hydrated, especially now when it's getting cold and going from hot to cold. So not everyone should be drinking a lot of water. So make sure to ask your doctor, because some seniors that have kidney or heart failure or other medical conditions, they need to contact their doctor before starting to drink so much water. So make sure if you have any of these conditions with your kidney or your heart, ask your doctor first before you start drinking more water. Okay, so now we're going to talk about food. What should we be eating in order for us to stay healthy during the fall season? So Mother Nature knows best. It grows the food that's going to help us during this time. So anything that's local in Washington and seasonal that's grown in this season is going to be one of the best foods for you. And why is that? Because we are what we eat. When we choose foods that grow during fall or in this area, it's already food that has adapted to this climate. So if it's already adapted to this weather and it has survived, then it's going to help us survive and help keep us healthy. So we're very connected to nature. And when we eat foods that are grown in this temperature, that's going to help us stay healthy too. So a few examples of some of the foods that are grown during this time are pears, persimmons, organic miso soup. You can have some soup, almonds, sweet potatoes, broccoli, ginger, garlic, cinnamon, cardamom, eggs, nuts, seeds, meats, anything bitter like bitter melon, any sour foods, grapefruit, lemons, limes, sour apple, grapes, plums, any of those beans, navy, aduki, soybeans, and anything grown in the fall. Those are some great foods to start incorporating into your meals. And also when you're cooking, try to avoid any raw salads or cold foods. We want to start now focusing more on warmer recipes, that take longer cooking times, that are cooked on low heat. Try to avoid anything cold. So we want to stay warm and make sure that our airways are sticky and getting ready to cough things out. And vitamin D3. Hopefully everyone has heard of vitamin D. So these are some foods that have vitamin D in them. It's like eggs, mushrooms, yogurt, sardines, salmon, canned tuna, tofu, fortified orange juice, and milks. All those things have vitamin D, so that keeps your immune system very strong. Also the sun, if you're lucky enough to get any sun, you can go outside and get some sun rays on you, and make sure to go at least for 30 minutes outside without any sunblock, and make sure to absorb any of the vitamin D3 from the sun. And being up here in Seattle, we don't get a lot of sun, so I do recommend getting a vitamin D3 supplement. So if you see at the bottom here, there's like a type of 1,000 IUs is recommended, but you need to talk to your doctor to see if that's okay with you. Usually if you're 71 years old or older, minimum you should be having 800 IUs a day. So you need to talk to your doctor, see what's best for you, but vitamin D3, and it has to have a 3, is one of the best ways to keep you healthy during this season. And in case you do get sick, one of the best teas that I've had, and we're going to send recipes with food for everybody that's participated today. One of the best teas that I've made is a mix of smashed garlic. It doesn't taste good. This recipe doesn't taste good, but it works really well if you get sick. So it's smashed garlic, cinnamon, honey, lemon, ginger, and cloves. And you just put it in some boiling water for maybe 5 or 10 minutes, and you sip it slowly. It usually cures you within 1 or 2 days of getting sick. So this is a really good mix. If you do end up catching a cold, just take this a few times a day, and it'll really help you get back to health. And we're going to send you the recipe with your bags for you to enjoy. So apart from that, of course, we all know for coronavirus as well, if you're sick, stay home. Make sure to always wash your hands. And when you're turning off the faucet, use a paper towel so then you're not touching any dirty faucets. Make sure to stay 6 feet away from everybody and always wear a mask when you go outside. And make sure that you're actually washing your masks, because a lot of people reuse them and keep using a dirty mask. So make sure if it's cloth that you're actually washing them and drying them with high heat. And please do not share your mask with anybody. We don't want to keep sharing any germs. So if anyone has any questions, that was a really quick way to try to stay healthy this fall with everything changing. So if anyone has any questions about anything that I've presented, you can let me know.
Okay, thank you. Let me explain. 你们有什么问题啊？你们可以用英文问，或是中文问都可以。unmute 就是我可以帮你们翻译。如果说你们要问问题的话，用中文的话，对。Please unmute yourself.
Hey, Georgiana.
Yes.
This is Xulin. I have a question for the hot drink or the hot ginger tea. That can also be counted as 6 to 8 glasses of water a day, right?
Yes. This one is good.
Right. Okay. Thanks.
Excuse me, how about soup?
Soup, it depends what you put in it. If you put too much salt in your soup, then it could actually dehydrate you. So as long as you don't put too much salt or anything salty, too much salty things in it, it could actually be counted. Even fruits and vegetables have a lot of water already in them, so you don't have to always drink your water. You can eat your water.
Okay, thank you.
Two questions. Can you go back to the D3 page? Okay.
Yes.
If you eat everything you show in here, how much IU you're gonna obtain?
So this would be, there's different websites. So some websites have higher amounts, but you would get your recommended amount if you eat a little bit of everything on this plate. So you'd get around maybe 600 to 800 IUs, which is enough.
Okay. The second one, can you go through the water again? The recipe for cure the cold?
Yes.
Yeah.
So with that one, we're going to send you a recipe in your food bag. So Jerry's going to get drivers to have food bags sent to everybody. And in those food bags, we're going to send the recipe for it.
I have a question. I have a flu shot almost every year, but then I still have a flu once a year. Is that normal?
Yeah, it's with the flu shots, they don't always know which strain of the virus they're giving you. So whatever is in the air might be a different virus. So it's really hard to connect the strain of flu that they're giving you in the shot with the one that's actually in the environment. So you might have got sick because they gave you a different virus or a different, basically a different virus than the one that's out in the environment.
I can explain that there are at least 10 different kind of epidemic or localdemic, the virus around, not only flu virus. So you can get the upper respiratory tract symptoms, but it's not the influenza. So even if you get the flu shot, you can still get an upper respiratory tract infection.
Then what is good for the flu shot?
Flu shot can kill people. Upper respiratory tract. No, flu shot can kill people, but the URI usually don't kill people.
So the best way is to combine the flu shot with foods and water and different methods to keep your respiratory tract healthy.
Mm.
Hey, Georgiana,
Uh-huh.
on the winter time, I also take the emergency. Would that help as well?
Yes. Yeah. Emergency, as long as there's some emergency powders that have too much sugar. So just make sure you get the low sugar ones. But that could help because it has a lot of vitamin C.
Okay, thanks.
这是做什么？这个律师做什么？
什么东西？
现在出来这个在干什么？
就讲这个季节的蔬菜水果啊，对食物啊。他刚才讲说这个 local 的，而且这个锅就是西镇来的那个服务。
Okay.
Another question, sorry. Earlier, you were talking about food bags. So are you really delivering the physical food bags to Jerry or digital ones?
Real food bags. Yes.
Real food bags.
Yes, Jerry will organize everything and have the food bags sent to everybody who participated today.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Sounds good.
Yes, and they'll have the recipe and it'll also have all this information that's in the presentation today on a piece of paper for you.
Wonderful.
Any more questions?
In your recipe, are those the Oriental recipe or the local recipe?
So for the recipe is just the recipe for the tea.
Tea.
In case,
Okay.
yeah, for this one, for
Mhm.
how to cure yourself if you get a cold. So that's the only
Mhm.
recipe that's in there. But the rest is just food.
Good. Any question?
What is the garlic in the picture? What is that for?
So that's something that you're also going to put in the tea. So that's why I said that the tea doesn't taste great, but garlic, you're going to smash it and you're going to put that in your tea. But garlic is one of the most powerful ingredients in that tea. So when you drink the tea without the garlic, it actually doesn't work as well. And when you do drink it with the garlic, it's actually it's more powerful that way. You have to smash it though to make sure to get all the juices out. And honey helps, raw honey helps with the taste because of the garlic. It doesn't taste that great. So if you put a little raw honey in there, it tastes better.
Somebody told me that if you chew the sweet garlic, that will help you because nobody will be close to you at least 1 meter away.
Yeah, you'll have nobody wanting to get close to you, so you'll be safe and healthy.
Yeah, so that to help you catch the virus.
Yes.
Yeah, garlic
very
also
true.
called Russian penicillin.
And no vampires
I
either.
have a question about the food bags. So the food bags, how many farmers contributed to this program? I'm just curious. Local
So
farmers, not
Yes.
out of state farmers, right?
Yes, they're all local farmers, either in the Pacific Northwest. So there might be one from Oregon, but it typically is always from Washington. So they're all going to be local seasonal foods.
And do you know if they put pesticide in their produce, or they typically don't do that?
No, all the food that
may
you're
not be
going to get,
certified organic. Yeah.
certified organic. Yes, everything is going to
Okay,
be organic.
great. Could you please tell us what will be in the food bags so we can be prepared?
Yeah, so it depends on what's available. So Jerry's going to do it closer to the end of November. So whatever is available at that time, but right now it might be persimmons, the fruit persimmons, maybe some onions, garlic, potatoes, and bitter melon. We're trying to get bitter melon. So it'll depend what is available towards the end of November.
Okay, thank you very much.
Mhm.
Bitter melon is great, thank you.
Yes, we're really going to try to get that.
We come from Asia. I think most people love bitter melons here.
What are some other fruits and vegetables that you like? Is it?
If you have kale, do you have kale? Because kale grow in winter, right? And
Yeah,
collard
kale.
greens, collard greens, and then the little bit spicy green. What's that?
Arugula?
Yeah, arugula is great too. Yeah. So all those winter green vegetables, those are very delicious and wholesome.
Yes.
Yeah, leafy green would be great. Thank you. Oh, the other one I talk about is mustard green. Mustard green grow well in winter in cold weather. Some farmers may have it. Yeah, mustard green.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Anyone else?
Do we have to, so when the food box delivered to us, is that the produce harvest previous days, so it will be important to put in the refresh quick as soon as possible, right?
Yeah, some of the foods should be put in the fridge, but some can stay on your shelf outside of the fridge.
Okay, great. And do you want us to give you feedback about the box, or what will be the next step? Do you, yeah, so we get the food bags, and do we give anything back to you? Our feedback,
Yes, that would be very helpful if you gave us feedback about the bags, if you gave us feedback about today's information that you learned, if you liked it, what we can change or add, that would be great. If you just let Jerry know.
And is this program sponsored by King County or City of Seattle or Washington State? What's the department sponsored this program?
City of Seattle.
But I live in Sammamish. It's okay?
I think because Keenan is in Seattle area, it should be okay, or in King County.
King County is okay? Okay, thank you. So this program, City of Seattle's funding help farmers so they can have a good income in winter, and then so they have a source to have the produce get to the customer. This is the nature of the program?
No, this program is actually more about health promotion. So we work with Washington farmers, but it's not necessarily designed for the farmers. It's more for the community to get healthy.
Okay, so the start of the program just this month, because in summer there could be more produce, and I'm wondering why just now, why it did not happen when it was in summer. So I'm just curious.
Yeah, we hopefully will be able to do it in the summer too.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, and please express our appreciation to City of Seattle.
Okay, I will do that.
Our group appreciate it. Thank you very much. Thank you.
MSN 是什么 ？MSN 开头的。
Thank you.
Thank you.
Messenger.
Okay, Microsoft program.
Any last question?
Stay healthy
Yes.
Yes.
and stay home
healthy.
and no
Stay
Thanksgiving.
hydrated. Drink your water.
Yeah.
Drink water.